What does it mean to be a Christian? Is it simply a title, a label we attach to ourselves? Or is it something deeper, more profound, a calling that guides every aspect of our lives? As we embark on this exploration, we must recognize that being a Christian is not merely about adhering to a set of doctrines or attending a weekly service. It's about a relationship, a commitment, a way of life that shapes our thoughts, our actions, our very being. The path of Christianity is rich and multifaceted. It is a journey that takes us into the depths of love, forgiveness, humility, community, compassion, prayer, and faith. It is a path that challenges us, inspires us, and ultimately transforms us. This journey is not for the faint of heart, nor is it a path to be walked alone. It is a communal adventure, a shared exploration that invites us to look within and reach out, to question and to embrace, to stumble and to rise. So let us begin, not with answers, but with questions, not with certainty, but with curiosity. Let us delve into the very essence of what it means to be a Christian, not just in name, but in deed. Love he or she is a Christian who embodies love, not just in word, but in action. Now, this is something we hear about all the time, but do we really understand what it means? Love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice, an action. It's looking at our neighbor, whoever they might be, and saying, I choose to care for you, to be patient with you, to be kind to you. And it's not just when it's convenient or easy. It's especially when it's difficult. If God's love for us was limitless and unconditional, shouldn't our love for others be the same? Forgiveness, he or she is a Christian who forgives without hesitation. We've all been wronged. We've all been hurt. But how often do we cling to that pain, letting it fester and grow, turning it into bitterness and resentment? Forgiveness isn't just about the other person. It's about freeing ourselves from that pain. It's about letting go and moving forward. Christ forgave those who nailed him to the cross, and he calls us to do the same. Imagine a world where forgiveness was the rule, not the exception. How much lighter would our hearts be? Humility, he or she is a Christian who practices humility. Now, humility doesn't mean thinking less of ourselves. It means thinking of ourselves less. It means putting others first and seeking to serve rather than be served. In a world that constantly tells us to promote ourselves and seek attention, humility is a radical act. It's recognizing that we are all part of something bigger, and that our value isn't determined by our status or possessions. It's following Christ's example, who, despite being God, became a humble servant. Community, he or she is a Christian who builds and nurtures community. We're all in this together. We're all part of the same body, the body of Christ. And just like in a physical body, if one part is hurting, the whole body feels it. As Christians, we are called to support one another, to encourage one another, to lift each other up. We are called to be a family, and like any family, that means working through disagreements and misunderstandings. It means being there for one another, not just in good times, but especially in the bad. Compassion, he or she is a Christian who lives a life of compassion. Compassion is more than just feeling bad for someone. It's putting ourselves in their shoes, truly understanding their suffering, and then doing something about it. It's not turning away from the pain and needs of the world, but embracing them. It's making a difference, no matter how small, in the lives of others. Compassion is what drove Christ to heal the sick, feed the hungry, and ultimately die for us. Shouldn't it drive us too? Prayer, he or she is a Christian who embraces a life of prayer. Prayer isn't just asking God for things. It's a conversation, a relationship. It's spending time with our Creator, getting to know Him, letting Him know us. It's a source of strength, peace, and wisdom. And it's not just something we do alone. It's something we do together. Through prayer, we become connected not just to God, but to each other. Faith, he or she is a Christian who walks by faith, not by sight. Life is full of uncertainty. There are no guarantees, no crystal balls. But faith is what allows us to move forward, even when we can't see the way. It's trusting that God is with us, guiding us, loving us, even when we don't understand. It's a radical trust that transforms our lives and allows us to be a light in a dark world. So here we are at the end of this reflection, and perhaps at the beginning of something new. We've explored what it means to be a Christian, not just in name but in deed. It's a challenge, but it's also a joy. It's a way of life that brings meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. It's not just about following rules, it's about following Christ, about becoming more like Him every day. Ask yourself, who am I? Am I living out my faith? Am I a reflection of Christ's love, compassion, forgiveness, humility, community, prayer, and faith? If not, what's stopping me? The journey is long, but the path is clear, and the rewards are eternal. In the words of Christ Himself, "Come follow me." The invitation is open and the journey is just beginning. Will you accept?